You know that feeling, right? If your business relies on the phone, this is probably all too familiar. You're making that super important call to a client, but they don't pick up. Okay, no big deal. So you try again, and all of a sudden, you're not just being ignored, your number has been branded spam likely. So let's get into why your good calls are going bad, and more importantly, how you can fix it.
It's so frustrating, isn't it? I mean, you're trying to reach people who are actually expecting to hear from you, but it feels like you're just shouting into the void. And what's even crazier is that you might be the one accidentally building the wall that's blocking you. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So what do? You do what any good business person would. You figure, hey, they're probably busy, maybe in a meeting, just away from their phone. It's no big deal, right? You'll just follow up in a bit. That's just standard practice.
And bam, just like that, the game has completely changed. Your perfectly normal, totally legitimate business call is now flagged like it's some kind of threat. The second your customer sees that warning, any trust you've built can just vanish. And you want to know the worst part? This could be happening to your business right now, and you might not even have a clue.
So how in the world does a perfectly fine call get this toxic label? Well, it's not random, I can tell you that. There's a whole system working behind the scenes here, and understanding that system is really the first step to solving this whole mess.
Right, so here's the key. This spam likely label, it's being slapped on your number automatically by the phone carriers themselves. Their systems are always, and I mean always, scanning call data, looking for any patterns that smell like a spammer. We're talking about an algorithm here, not a person making a judgment call. And this is where it gets kind of wild. Look at these triggers. Calling a customer back a few times, following up with new leads quickly. These are all things a diligent, hardworking business does. But to a carrier's algorithm, these exact same patterns look suspicious, like spam. So the very things you're doing to give great service can actually get you flagged. It's a classic case of good intentions leading to some really bad results. This analogy just nails it. The systems that were built to protect us from scams, well, they just can't easily tell the difference between a persistent scammer and a persistent business owner who's just trying to do their job. Your totally legit follow-up call can get thrown into the same bucket as all those illegal robocalls. And wow, this quote really hits home, doesn't it? We're not talking about cold calling strangers here. Most of the time, these are calls to warm leads or existing customers who want to talk. But that little spam likely tag just poisons the well. It completely destroys trust at the most critical moment, right before you even get a chance to say hello. The fallout from this is, well, it's significant. It all starts with those unanswered calls. That directly leads to lost revenue, right? Missed sales, missed service opportunities. But over time, it does something even worse. It chips away at your most valuable asset, your company's credibility. Your brand slowly becomes associated with spam, and that's a tough reputation to shake. Now, if you're wondering why this is all happening now, well, to get that, we need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This whole problem is actually an unintended side effect of a really well-meaning effort to fight a much, much bigger problem: illegal robocalls. So, back in 2019, a law called the Traced Act was passed. The whole point was to force phone carriers to get serious about cracking down on scammers. It required them to roll out new technologies to verify that caller IDs are real and not being faked or spoofed. The goal was simple: make it way harder for the bad guys to operate. So, the goal was absolutely noble. I mean, who doesn't want fewer scam calls? But the reality is that a lot of legitimate businesses got caught in the crossfire. The automated filters the carriers put in place are, by design, super aggressive. And now, regular businesses have to jump through all these hoops just to prove they are who they say they are, all to make a simple phone call. Okay, that is enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's talk solutions. Because here's the good news. You are not powerless in this fight. Not at all. There are real, concrete steps you can take to clean up your number and protect your caller reputation. So let's dive into that. Here it is, a clear 3-step game plan. First, get in touch with your phone provider and make sure they support something called stir/shaken authentication. That's the new gold standard for verification. Second, you gotta be proactive. Register your business numbers with services like the free caller registry, which carriers use to identify the good guys. And third, if you're already flagged, don't just give up. You can appeal directly to the carriers and ask them to review and remove that label. And really, if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this: Prevention is always better than trying to do damage control. Yeah, you can fix the damaged reputation, but it is so much easier to protect a good one from the very beginning. Being smart about how you call and getting your numbers registered is the best long-term play to make sure your calls actually get through, every single time. So I'll just leave you with this thought. You probably spend a lot of time and energy managing your online presence, your website's SEO, right? But in a world where a single automated flag can literally cut you off from your customers, protecting your caller reputation is just as vital. So the real question is yours secure?